It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Brooklyn Cafe studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat at the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, or a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in free 888-994-4995 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Hello and welcome from Boca Raton. We are here at the AMP2 Studios. Yes, AMP Studios in Boca Raton and the new Don Tira. Yes, and today we are launching, the brand new drive time from 5 to 6 and from 10 to 11 at the 95.3 FM and the 1470 AM. So today, we are so excited because we have artists. And when we talk about artists, we have the best. Again, hello and welcome. We have Aline Leaf and Debbie Appleseed. Enjoy.
Let me tell you a story. There's no start, no an end. This is not a fairy tale, just another love song once again. Singing poems through my mind, singing random melody, but a rhythm of desire, just another story.
And we're back. Now, we're not back. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe. And listen, I'm a little confused because today we are actually in the process of filming. We just got permission from the Beasley Radio Network. We are actually going to be on drive time at 5 o'clock on Saturday.
I am so excited. We're actually going to be on 3 hours now on Saturday instead of 2. So if you miss us on drive time from 5 to 6 Saturday night, you'll be able to tune in again from 8 till 10 p.m. on Saturday night, where we do cafe after hours. So we've got drive time, we've got after hours. It all starts off with a little bit of music, a lot of hope, some healing, and a lot of friends. And that's how we roll.
And today we have the benefit of me knowing 1 hour before we went on the air that we had a singer coming, and she's a friend of the show. She's been on with us before.
Did I not tell you?
You did not tell me. And you know what she says to me? I'm glad I came a little early.
Well, I knew to have her come at 11.
Yeah, I had to
So
come
she's
at
been
10.
here from 11 until 5. It's been a long day. She's been here filming, setting up her audio. 6 hours.
My cohort here, my co-host doesn't realize that we've had different people use the stage, the theater, and every part is different because her voice is different. She's playing the piano, and we've had that before, but never on this side of the room. So we had to mic it up and make it sound good. And then you had a backup vocalist, not instruments, vocalists. So you got to give me a little run.
I did not know that Debbie was
Surprise!
I did not know that Debbie was going to be singing with Aline, but she did, and I didn't realize she even sang or that she even wrote music. Nor did I know she really catered to anything more than Debbie Appleseed. But we're learning that as well.
There's all sorts of apple seeds.
I remember the apple pies, the Debbie Appleseed, but I missed the whole idea of that they were backup vocalists. But it's all good.
Now, because of this is a new time slot for us, 5 o'clock on a Saturday evening. It is drive time. So those of you who think we're a bunch of knuckleheads on the air,
You're probably right.
You're probably right. But we are here, and we are the Brooklyn Cafe. We've been on for about 4.5 years, give or take.
Lifetimes.
Lifetime, 4.5 years, lifetime. It's longer than that. And we will be on at this time at 5 o'clock drive time on Saturday from here on forward until Jody throws us off. And then we will have another 2 shows from 8 to 10, further notice on Saturday night as well. So we are taking over the airways and video on Saturday.
You know what happens when people ask when we're on air? And I say we air live Monday through Friday from 12 to 2. And then we're on Saturday from 8 to 10. And now we're on Saturday from 5 to 6 and 8 to 10. And you can also find us on Roku and Amazon Fire Stick and all over social media. And you can find all of our clients all over Southeast Florida. And I'm really happy because we got the pleasure of Tracy's joining us from Healing Moments.
And she's not sick today.
Sick?
Yeah.
She's healthy.
That's
She's
like a
working
very
hard.
rare
And
occasion.
you know what? I'm glad she's here because a lot of things, because now that you're into this whole new veganism,
Here we go.
plant-based, a little bit. I can't say you're vegan because you wear leather, I think. You drive a
that
Mercedes,
has
which has
nothing
a
to do with
leather
it.
leather seats. So you're not really vegan. You are plant-based on what you eat.
Really? You're going to take it to that level?
Well, that's what they taught me yesterday when we
taught
were
you that?
here. The plant chick.
Yeah, well, tell her she meant the tree dude. And all of a sudden, you got to wear non-animal skins
If
to
you're
be
really
vegan.
vegan, it's no leather, no
I
animal,
never
anything.
heard of that.
However, I know someone else is coming later on, and you've been working with her for your blood and the
Yes.
amount of water you need to be drinking. And Teddy and I have been
Touche.
honing in hard on you that you need this water from Healing Moments.
Yes.
And now Tracy's here to share with you as to why you
I had to
need
get a cup.
the cake and water.
Yes, the square water, what I call the square water.
Square water.
Hexagonal.
Hexagonal shaped.
And now that's weird because I always thought this was phony baloney until recently. About and vegan for me is food, plant-based, vegan, whatever you want to call it. I don't care what you call it. All I know is I'm not eating meats
Good for you.
or dairy, trying to not to drink dairy. I don't know what the
Don't
hell
worry,
is
this is
that.
chemicals.
Chemicals are okay.
I'll bring you some oat milk.
I have oat milk.
Okay.
That's all I'm drinking now. I'm gonna tell you something about oat milk. It ain't cheap. It is not cheap eating vegan. It is not.
And tell me how expensive it is to be ill.
Good answer. That is bell ringing. That I have to tell you.
You see, now what am I supposed to say? I can say.
She's right.
Yeah, but the price of it can make me ill. The whole night. Yes, you're right. There's a bigger price if you're not healthy. But the water thing, because it's in a glass container and it's oxidized the way you drink it, they have me becoming more alkaline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's what plant-based eating is about. It's about, see, disease cannot live in an alkaline state,
Correct.
right? So if you are eating foods that keep you alkaline, drinking liquids that keep you alkaline, then it's very possible that you are going to keep your body in a healthy state.
Now, you know how difficult it is to be in an alkaline state? She gave me these strips, pH strips, right? So you're supposed to urinate it until it turns the color green.
And if you get a plus sign, I'm out. That's all I can tell you.
Oh, it's not going to be a plus sign. That's a pregnancy test.
Then we retire.
And you notice how all the women are laughing.
You notice it took you a little bit to get that one?
No, I didn't. I was just shocked that you used it. But the funny thing is that you want to pee green because you want to be alkaline, and then she takes the blood, and we'll talk about it when she gets here. And there's all sorts of stuff flying in your blood, and it's funny because I tell people that I had parasites.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people have parasites.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
But I had the two-headed kind.
Yeah.
You ever heard of a two-headed
Yeah.
parasite?
Did you eat sushi? Were you a sushi eater?
I eat tuna fish. Same difference, is what they tell me.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, you'll
That's
find
what
a
they
lot of
tell me.
parasites in fish.
So this parasite I had 2 heads, and it's eating at the cells, right? And then there's something where people talk about what's that other antibodies, the cancer-causing things, the antioxidants.
Antigens?
I
It's
don't know.
free radicals.
Free radicals.
Yeah.
So I'm watching this free radical attack one of my healthy cells and devour it.
Yeah, that's what I watched the parasites do in my blood about 11 years ago.
Oh my goodness gracious! I ran out of her office when I saw this. I was screaming. I said, "I'm dying."
And what did I tell you? If everyone looked at their blood, everyone's got something in their
Oh,
blood.
there's always
The
something.
amount of sushi I eat, I'm sure there's parasites in there. There's no doubt.
Well, she gave me this thing that you put underneath the tongue. It tastes horrible. It's the worst tasting thing in the history of man. And I got rid of all my parasites.
Yeah, well, you can take parafungal. There are supplements you can take. There are different things
Parafungal.
you can do.
I'm full of fungal.
Yeah.
But the object of the game, the healthy part of it, the reason I'm even bringing this up is because
water.
inflammation in my body has decreased. My
Sure.
legs feel better. My neuropathy feels better. And it's all due to eating plant-based and staying away from. So yesterday we had some people on here from the Reboot Cruise and what have you, and everybody's been texting me from yesterday's show. I didn't even tell you this. Talking about, oh, you know, you vegan, because some vegan isn't healthy. It's the
Right.
same difference of eating a hamburger and a vegan burger minus the cholesterol and the fats. Well, that's why you do it.
Well, I'm going to let Tracy answer that. The processed food, what's in
Yeah,
it.
there's a lot of chemicals in some of that food. You know, if it has a shelf life, chances are it has chemicals in it. You know, it's
If you're not raw,
plant-based is not, you know, vegan patties that are made in somebody's factory.
well, don't destroy my bubble. Okay, you're right. But I can't do raw vegan. I cannot eat the way you do.
I'm not raw
trees and
vegan.
stuff.
I just, you know.
I mean, if I take this
I'm not
bamboo
even
and say, here,
vegan.
Dawn, chew on this, you'll chew on it.
Probably.
I can't do it.
You don't eat spinach? Didn't you?
You look like Popeye to you? Spinach. Ugh.
Kale?
Really?
I like it
It's actually
fried.
really delicious. I like it.
I did too.
Kale. Ugh. Come on. I like broccoli and I'll eat a salad. That's about as.
But that works. But yes, being vegan does not necessarily mean you're eating healthy. So it's a whole nother level of eating. But Tracy, and for 2 weeks I've been telling you got to go see Tracy, you got to get the water, you should try the Beamer, because all of that, and I told someone here yesterday, works with all your inflammation in your body. You lay on the Beamer mat, right?
Right.
And you drink the water.
Right. Well, you know, it's not just about eating, right? It's about stress. Okay, stress causes oxidative stress in your body. Exercise causes oxidative stress in your body. It's not just about eating, but definitely the water is most important, right? Water is foundational. Our body's 80% water, so you need to be drinking clean, ionized or charged, right? Because we plug in our cell phones. Well, our cells are charged. When you were looking at your blood, did you notice were your blood cells clumped together? And
Yes, I have a problem with that.
yeah.
Why
so-
is my blood cells so clumped together?
because you're not hydrated. You're not
She
hydrated
told me that.
enough.
She wants me to drink 100 ounces of water
right.
a day.
Right. And the thing is, if you're drinking water out of a plastic bottle, you're also getting dioxins and estrogen and all kinds of things. And you're getting molecules that are too big, so you're only absorbing 30% of it anyway. This water comes from a medical device. It's technology that's been around for 45 years out of Japan. Mr. Oshiri, who owns the company, used to work for Sony. So the machine charges the water.
Yours is empty.
I got to bring it to Tracy and have it
Can
filled.
we try it?
Yours is
I
empty.
don't have one you guys can try with me, but I can bring it next time because I'm drinking.
There's no
out of this.
water in
I
it.
have to go to Tracy. I have 3 of them I need to bring to Tracy and get filled. And Tracy is Healing Moments is so close to us, you could really almost walk. It would be a nice walk.
You want to
on-
bring the
on-
bottle again?
I've got 3 bottles I need to bring to Tracy.
Yeah.
But how it works on And that's the thing, you're drinking water from a plastic bottle, and we know plastic's bad, but it's not just the plastic, it's the quality of the water is different.
Sure. Well, they heat the bottles to put water in, and the studies show it takes a year before that bottle gets into your hands. So the water is okay when it goes in, probably, but now it's been sitting in plastic for a year, leaching, and in Florida it's so hot, so you know the bottles get heated up. The thing about this water is it's microclustered and it's restructured.
But where's the water coming from?
It's coming from a machine. So what happened is they send scientists to all the healing places in the world to see what are the properties of the water. Like why when people swim in Lourdes, they heal, or when they drink the water, they heal. And it has to do with the properties of the water when it comes through the mountains. So they built a device that mimics the way the waters come through the mountain naturally. It's got 7 platinum-coated titanium plates. It microclusters the water into smaller molecules, so it's more bioavailable. We can absorb it. It changes the shape so it actually fits into our cells, and it's charged. We are charged being. We're electrical beings.
But wait a minute, Tracy. The water is coming out of where? It's not coming from a mountain. It's coming out of the tap?
So it goes from the tap, and I always have people pre-filter because I live in Boca, and the chlorine in this town is
It's
ridiculous. So I do have people pre-filter because these machines will last you 25 years if you take care of them. So if it goes through a filter, then it goes through the device, okay, which has a filter in it. It has 7 platinum-coated titanium plates, so it's going from your tap through this machine and then out of a faucet on the machine.
You want to try?
I want to.
The bottle's empty, Dawn.
We're going to get some
I'll
water.
bring you some.
And then, you know how I always told you the first thing I was going to buy on this next level of our business venture was a plane?
You buying a plane?
Because I'm a germaphobe.
She's buying a plane.
I
Want to
might,
sing on a plane?
before the plane,
Yes.
we might get one of these water machines and we can hook it into the tap. Well, it would be really great if, you know how they have those other filters that you can buy at the grocery store to put on, that they had something like that instead of the whole system.
I put mine in my backpack and take it with me when I travel.
What do you
It'll
mean?
hook up to any faucet. We bring it on cruise ships.
You
with
take your
us.
whole thing with you?
Yeah, it's only like that big. I stick it in a
Wow.
backpack and I take it with me. And the thing is, it produces other waters. It produces 3 different kinds of drinking water, but it produces other water. It produces 2.5 and 11.5 water. Now, those have already been proven to be antibacterial, antiviral, antimicrobial. So I don't have to use chemicals to clean my spa or my house.
You just use the water?
I use the water. I use thieves, which is an essential oil base, and I use the water because the water is antibacterial, antimicrobial, antiviral.
And this is just one of the aspects offered at Healing Moments,
Right.
which is a boutique, a wellness boutique right in the middle of Boca Raton.
Yeah.
And it's so healing. It is so peaceful. I lay there and I think, wow, this, you must love going in there
I
every
do.
day and healing people.
Well, I facilitate healing. Okay, I don't do the healing, but I have an environment and I offer services that put the body in a position to do what it wants to do, which is heal itself. We have the perfect computer. We mess with it. We eat foods.
We mess it up.
We eat foods that are acidic.
We all do, Tracy.
Yes, we all do. I do
We
too.
complicate
None of us are
everything.
none of us are perfect, right?
Yes, we all eat bad. Very bad. Dude, I'm going to tell you something. I got DJ Ortiz here, and the Latino community, our diet is horrendous, man. I'm going to tell you something. Bad habits. We have carbs on top of carbs on top of more carbs, and we think that that's healthy. Do you know that for many years in my life, I had rice and beans with a banana? They're 3 deadly enemies. and then meat. Twice, maybe 3 times, and I'll give you more. Right? And potato chips. Or potato, I mean, it is carb, it's like carb kingdom.
The same thing when you're Jewish. I remember going to Canada a couple years ago. We went with the kids and we went on the food tour, the Jewish food tour through Montreal. I walked away with a bag of carbs and I actually named it. Everything you got was a sandwich and some bagels and some rugula. Literally, it was a bag of carbs, I called it. That was it.
But that can't be healthy. And I was going to ask you, in the vegan way of doing things, most of the stuff you eat is carbs. I'm a diabetic. Hello.
Well, wait a minute. So vegetables are carbs. They're
Oh, we're
not
back to that
unhealthy
again.
for you.
We're back
Okay,
to
we're
that
not
again.
talking about healthy carbs. We're talking about processed carbs.
It's the processed carbs. It's not right because fruits have carbs, vegetables have carbs, but your body knows how to process those. Ladies, are you vegan or plant-based at all?
I'm
Trying
about
to-
80-20.
80-20 no or 80-20 yes?
80 yes and 20 no.
You drink dairy?
Not much, no.
Really, not much.
What
I
do
love
you
that
eat?
answer.
So tell us about, because I know you're friendly with Z, who is one of the most spectacular vegan chefs.
She is.
What do you eat?
Oh, well, I eat a lot of veggies. I'm very low carb. I'm not no carb, but I'm very, very low carb. And I do, especially with Debbie Appleseed, I'm big on GMO free, no genetically modified ingredients in my things. And I do a little bit of, I like salmon, so I still do some seafood, but I'm really careful where I get it, if I do eat the meat, but mostly I'm,
80-20 is a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
I remember trying to go vegan plant-based, and I had such a migraine. I think I even came to you, and someone said to me, whoever told you to do it all at once? You just can't go cold turkey because your body goes into shock from all these toxins.
Yeah.
And even though I eat pretty healthy when I eat,
Mm-hmm.
it didn't make it. It was the dairy. It was still the fats. My head was just like ready to explode. I thought, oh my gosh, it should come with the warning label, at least for me, right?
Step by step.
It's a step-by-step process,
is.
so no one should ever feel that they have to do this all at one time. It's step-by-step.
You do need to enjoy the food as well. I mean, if you like the
Exactly.
taste, you may like to eat
I'm big
it.
on my squash soup at the moment, is all I can say.
Look, I'm not saying that people should not eat meat. I personally don't think it's good for us. It's very acidic in the body. Really, the sourcing is the most important thing, right? Where are you sourcing from? Are these animals getting hormones? How are they killing them? Compassionate kills, right? If someone tried to kill you, what happens to your body? You're releasing cortisol into your meat, into your tissue.
You ain't gonna try to kill me. I mean, just walking, I get cortisol.
Okay, but
It's the stress.
So all that cortisol is now in the meat that you're going to cook
Yes.
and eat yourself.
Well, hold on. To be fair, because people are screaming at me over here. To be fair, there's been bad romaine.
Absolutely.
There's been bad tomatoes,
Well,
which turned to tomatoes.
Well, even if you talk
there's
about that, yeah.
pesticides, there's virus, there's all kinds of things out there. We just have to be smarter
You just have
about
to be
taking
smart.
care of ourselves. This country is not getting any better. It's getting more sick. People are getting sick, and then they're taking medicines, and they're getting more sick, and they're trying to eat foods, and they're getting more sick. We just have to start becoming
Unfortunately,
aware.
just people not aware. That's exactly.
We just have to start being educated and aware.
And I think-
I don't tell anybody to completely change your life, but I will tell you, I'm coming from someone who had breast cancer with 0 obvious risk factors.
Are you
I was
vegan?
in the gym. I am mostly vegan.
You are?
Yeah. I eat a little bit of cheese once in a while, and I'm really careful about,
They have a
how-
vegan
my
cheese.
They do.
Take-
I love cashew
It doesn't
cheese.
melt.
I love it.
It is unbelievable. It doesn't melt, this stuff. I don't know what's in
I
it.
can't see my life without cheese.
I know. It depends what
That's
brand.
like
That's
the
the
rather-
biggest challenge.
But I'd rather pick the cheese
Depends
over
what
meat.
brand you get.
You know,
if it's
so-
not melting, you can try other brands. I'll talk to you about that after the show.
You know, the funny thing about cheese is I can't eat cheese because I break out. The process, like I know cheese.
It's
if
the
I-
dairy. You're intolerant. Whatever that's.
but now they say there's this A2 milk.
Yes.
And I can't even say, because
It's
I'm
like
not
oat
vegan.
milk, though.
You are vegan and you are vegan.
I'm not vegan. I
kind of
wish I was
vegan.
vegan. I'm there.
But
I'm vegetarian.
But maybe
Yes.
part of the reason everyone is going plant-based is because, as Tracy said, it's the chemicals that's in our meat. When you grew up in a farm, your father, thank God, and your mother, they lived well into their 80s because they ate from the farm.
Yes, we didn't.
Growing up, it wasn't this process. It wasn't this stressful environment where the meat is. So I think it's very different if you're eating the meat and you're not lacing and giving these chickens antibiotics and hormones. It's pure what it is.
It tastes
it's going
different,
back
too.
to the way it
Gamey.
should be.
They call it gamey.
See, that's the thing. I can't. There's certain places I won't even buy chicken because it tastes like gamey.
Yeah, but those are
like our big
natural.
box grocery stores.
You know, it's funny. We used to grow tomatoes, and my father used to say we had to go to market tomorrow morning at 6:00. I said, Dad, what is the rush, man? Take it easy. We'll go in the afternoon. No, you don't understand. By the afternoon, they'll be dead. The tomatoes, they go very quickly when
But
they don't
it's
have
very
anything on them.
different. So anyone that's listening to us, if you happen in the farming industry or the cattle industry, it's not that it's meat that we're saying no, go plant-based. It's certain things, and different bodies react to certain foods, and
That's right.
everyone should
That's
do what
right.
works for them, what makes you feel good. That's
right.
all.
And I love chicken, and I love steak. I love the meats. I was a meat eater, carnivorous.
Meat, ketchup, eggs. I
All
remember
that,
meeting
man.
you.
When she first met me, I was 68 pounds heavier, and I love all that stuff.
Anything.
But I
With
gotta tell you
ketchup.
something. Since I stopped eating meats, and I'm tell you no lie, I feel a whole lot better. My thoughts are clearer. The only problem is that this new me Doesn't stop thinking.
But you get tired too.
I get worn out at night. I'm like, and then I'm doing the water with the whole thing. I mean, there's such a change because when I came out of ICU, I said to myself, you know, you ate yourself to the hospital.
Yeah. And that's what happens. That's what we do.
And unfortunately, when you talk to people and you try to tell them, listen, you want to have your burger, have it just once a month. You don't have to have a burger every night. You have to develop good skills,
One of the
good
best,
habits.
one of the most amazing stories. I was at Tracy's, I guess 2 weeks ago, and you had a gentleman in there,
Yeah.
and his testimonial
Yeah.
was spectacular. Can you share that?
Yeah, he did a video testimonial for us. So he had a stroke about 18 months ago, and he had a lot of residual after that. They tried to put him on medication, which they assume he's taking. He's not taking, but he changed his diet. He went to plant-based, and he has gotten really, really healthy, but still had some residual problems. So I put him on the water. Water is foundational. You need to be having healthy water.
You
if
put him on the
nothing else.
water.
So he started drinking water, and he started doing beamer therapy. So beamer therapy brings 30% more oxygen into every cell and releases 27 to 30% more waste out of every cell, right? So you're getting detoxing, you're getting microcirculation, you're getting healthier cardiac function, you're getting better blood flow. So between those two things, he walked in that day. He had been seeing me for 6 weeks, and he said, he was crying. He said to me, I have made more progress in less than 6 weeks with you than I did 18 months with doctors, physical therapists, et cetera, et cetera. And it isn't like those people aren't doing their job. They're doing what they know, but there's nothing out of the box. So I'm a massage therapist. I'm a clinical social worker. I'm a health coach. I'm looking at the whole person and what are the things that I can do to improve their quality of life. And I'll tell you what, 80% of the cure of anything happens in here. So if you come in and you all of a sudden are starting to feel more peaceful, you're starting to be heard by someone rather than having someone talk at you, you have someone that actually cares about your well-being. That in itself starts the healing process.
I agree. And you'd be surprised what a
course,
mirror
everything is
will
in the
do when you feel better.
And you had said that he could even just pinch his fingers
He
together.
could not close his hands. He had a trigger finger, and then he could not close his hands at all. And he walks in, and he's like, I can close
The
and open my
inflammation?
hands. He says, I can move my neck. Well, he had a lot of residual from the stroke, yes. And he had, he's Brazilian, and he was a big meat eater. And probably a lot of other garbage, he says now that he's gotten rid of. He's lost a lot of weight. But he's all excited because he found us, and I offer lymphatic drainage. I offer infrared sauna, vibroacoustic sound therapy, things that mentally will calm your nervous system, and your nervous system controls what's going on in your body.
Tracy, but the funny thing is that when you hear these words, all of a sudden you're like, what the hell is she talking about?
Yeah,
That
but look
drainage.
at you now. You are
Totally makes
walking the
sense.
walk, right?
You know what? Yes, because I'm trusting the system. Because what I was doing wasn't working. It's funny. I lost weight. I went to Weight Watchers. I lost a lot of weight, and the sugar was coming down. I stopped taking the insulin. I'm not on insulin anymore. And I took my sugar the other day. It was 114. I ain't been on 114 in 6 years, man.
Meat will change that.
Are you kidding me?
Yes. Not eating meat will change that.
Well, a grown man walking around our house with his little thing, taking pictures and showing the world, psychologically, you have to look at this thing. Because for 6 years, I've been chasing this magic number, and I hit this number because I stopped eating meat? Really? And you're going to sit there and tell me, oh, you're crazy? Drainage. You can tell me whatever you want.
Yeah.
I'm all in. I'm all in to try. Okay? Because I have a lot of people who are diabetics that watch this show. And all of them say, Freddie, you try everything under the sun. But this time, I think this is going to stick. Because this time I feel better. The sugar's down. My weight is down. I just got to get more water in me. And if you're going to use square water, it's even better. I call it square water because it has to be different, right? If I tell you you have to drink more water, you're going to look at a bottle of water and you're going to drink it. No big deal, right? I mean, it is what it is. But when you use square water, it's a different type of water. And it affects your body
Definitely want
differently.
to try that.
But don't panic by what you see in your blood, because as Tracy said, people have parasites. She knew clumping blood was nothing to panic about. She knew what it was.
No, that wasn't what scared me, Tracy.
The parasite?
No, not even
What?
that.
What?
Two-headed parasite. Some of the cells were blank with no
Oh.
oxygen.
Yeah.
And that's a problem.
Yeah.
That could become a real serious problem for me as a diabetic. And now, when I went back and had the exam, half of that was already gone, maybe more than half.
Yeah.
Because no oxygen in the cells, you're going to have some things falling off your body because
Right.
they're not getting any air.
Right.
That's what worries.
And the things that you offer, will that help with that?
Yeah, so the water is giving you hydrogen.
Exactly.
Okay. The beamer is bringing more oxygen and more blood flow into your body. I'm doing massage. Massage itself is very
Stimulation.
healing, stimulation of blood flow, releasing of lactic acid and toxins in the body. Infrared sauna, excellent for releasing toxins in the body. The thing about diabetes, when you're a very big meat eater, is that the fat in the meat consumes your cells so that you can no longer deal with your sugars in your body.
Sugar does the same
happened to
thing, right?
Martin. His numbers were off the chart, and he stopped eating meat, and it took 3 weeks, and his numbers went back to normal.
I saw Game Changer, the
amazing.
film Game Changer.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
First, somebody made me watch it, and I was like, come on, I want to watch the game because the playoffs were on. I stopped watching the playoffs to watch this film, and I watched the whole 2 hours. And that Game Changer told me at the end, you got a choice. You could keep doing what you're doing, or you can try this. And these are professional athletes that changed their way and they went towards the vegan diet. And I always use the example how the Tennessee Titan football team that was in the playoffs, they went vegan, half that team, and look at what they did.
Yeah.
You couldn't tackle them. They're monsters. They've gotten bigger. So that's when I say, you know what? I'm all in.
You remember Eddie Smiles?
Yeah.
He says he brought his sugar down over 100 points in 1 month. Wow.
Being vegan.
Do you know Eddie?
I don't
So he
know.
walked from here to New York. a couple
And made
years ago.
money.
Wow, that's
They made
awesome.
money.
He
They
started
paid him.
He started with $200 in his pocket. He walked from here to New York, and he came back with $200. So along the way, people donated rooms, they donated food, they
beautiful.
donated
Wow.
money,
That's a
and
story.
it got him to New York and back. And this man has survived cancer, I don't know how many times, and he continues to fight the fight and do what he does and to always give back. It's an amazing story, right? He was
Beautiful.
diagnosed last time we
Beautiful.
saw him with cancer.
Well, my sugar, when we had, what's her face, touch me, she says, time to go to the doctor,
Yeah.
was what, 239?
Yeah.
I had just eaten a box of donuts, so it was 239.
Tracy, how do people? We're going to go to commercial break, but I want to make sure we get the information out for Healing Moments. You have a Moby Pop as well.
I do. You can dial 55312 and, on your text and put in healing, and all my services will come up, all about my team, a little bit about me. My place is informed by 5,000 client experiences and my own personal journey
Wow.
with cancer, in which I changed my life as well. Because, unfortunately, we get forced into it.
You either get forced into it or someone else or God takes it into their own hands, right? But we all have choices. Yes?
Choice is always the way to go.
Let's go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, more with Tracy Healing Moments. We're going to chit chat with Aileen and Debbie Appleseed as well. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Dr. Lee of Boca Raton Acupuncture Clinic with the PhD in neuroscience. Her practice in acupuncture helps hormone balancing, total relaxation, diabetes, and inflammation. For additional questions or to schedule a free consultation, call Boca Raton Acupuncture Clinic at 617-817-1910. Acupuncture and Chinese herbs are very effective in treating many ailments and diseases and have been used for thousands of years in China. Call today for your free consultation at 617-817-1910.
Hey everyone, this is Jeff, your branding specialist with Promo Stuff For You. So we're entering the new year. By now everybody has gotten their corporate gift, so this time of year generally is quiet with the exception of marketing departments trying to figure out what they're going to do for 2020. So it's really important that a company figures out and does proper planning throughout the year as to what type of marketing they want to do. At Promo Stuff For You, I love being able to sit down with a client and figuring exactly what they want to do, when they want to do it, and time it with the various events that they might have coming up.
Sexy, seductive, and beautiful. Looking for a professional and talented photographer? Danielle Boujon specializes in capturing flirtatious and tasteful images for yourself or your partner. Located in South Florida, Danielle really knows how to bring out your inner beauty on a shoot. Visit her website at www.daniellebuljan.com or call her at 561-305-2241 to capture your most desirable moments.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would just listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have the platform to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 80800. That's CAFE to 80800.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back. That joke hasn't worked in a long time.
Drive time. Where are you driving to tonight?
I am probably going to go to the movies.
Of course you are.
But I don't know. Anybody knows this is a good movie to watch?
I don't know. You want to know where I'm going tonight?
In forever.
I go every week.
I'm excited. Actually, I should tell you where I'm going in case you decide not to go to the movies. You want to come with me.
Where are you going?
Chelsea and I are going to Space of Mind to their gala from 7 to 11 o'clock. And I'm taking her because not only is I think a great opportunity to network with our community and to give back. We've had Allie on. They are a school for homeschool. And what they do is they work with kids from first grade all the way through 12th. There's only 70 kids, I think, in the whole school. And they have now a new 6,000 square foot community center building that is across, right near Dada, right across the street. And it's all about how you learn differently. So nothing is in the box. If you want to sit on the floor and learn, you can. If you want to go to the bathroom, you go to the bathroom. We went over and we saw this new facility. It wasn't open yet. It is unbelievable. Over 6,000 square feet for the community to use and for these 48 children. Imagine having that much square footage to cook and to do production.
And to sing.
And to write on walls and to paint the floor. Whatever it is, if that's your learning style.
They can come paint the floor here.
They can do so many things. So I'm excited because I want my daughter to see it because she's an art teacher. And I thought it's a great way.
They want to hire her.
I'm sure Roots and Wings is going to. There's so many people we work with from Delray that will be there.
They want to hire your daughter.
My daughter, I think, would like to work there.
I think
because
so.
In the school systems, she's got 70 kids teaching art, 40 kids, at a time, 700 students that she works with. Wow. It's a lot of lives. It's a lot of lives to work with in a year, you know?
You remember when you went to school and you took art?
Yeah.
Right? Simple Eight, right?
It was fun.
I got a D.
Why?
Because, you know me, she wants me to draw a boat. Do I look like a guy that knows how to draw a boat? So I used to get people to draw it for me.
Well, what happens is when there's a lot of kids in the class, you're limited on the amount of creativity you can do because you end up giving out worksheets. because that's the only way you can control the behaviors in elementary schools if you've got them writing. And you can't do what you want to do. So I think a smaller class size for a lot of reasons. So I'm excited to be going to Space of Mind. I am sure there are walk-ins. So it's 7 to 11. You're listening to us at 5 o'clock. So you know what? Take a shower, get in your car, drive on up there, and
Did you
stop by
say
and
7
hi.
to 11?
7 to 11.
7 at night?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yes.
That's a big deal. Okay. Good
So
stuff.
it's going to, and Crazy Uncle Mike's is doing a special brew just for them.
You kidding me?
Does that entice you to come tonight? Look, maybe. He's
What
like,
kind of
"Yeah."
brew?
It's a special Space of Mind brew created just by Crazy Uncle Mike's for the Space of Mind School.
Does it have booze in it?
It's a beer. Brew.
Does it have booze in it?
It's a
Mike
beer.
does stuff that doesn't have always booze.
Doesn't beer have
Yeah.
beer's beer?
Some
Beer
of
is
it.
beer.
Not vegan beer.
It's made from wheat. So beer is beer. It's trust, if you want to come, I'm sure they'll have something for you.
Is,
so come on
is
out.
beer vegan?
That's a good question. So if you
I know,
if
I
you
just
read,
asked
if you
you.
read some of the reports about some of the beers, they'll tell you they found fish bladders in them and things
Oh, that's
like
right, because
that.
they strain it through the fish bladder, right?
So I don't.
Oh, look
I
who's
don't really
here.
know. I don't really know.
And there's Amy.
They found fish bladders in
They
beer.
drain the beer through a fish bladder.
It's okay.
But not if you don't eat fish. If you're a strict vegan, you don't want it to do that.
How the hell do you drain anything through a fish bladder? That's just crazy.
Anyway, that's where I'm going tonight. So maybe you want to give up your movie and come join me. I'm taking my daughter out. It's girls' night out.
Well, do I look like a girl?
Well, Chelsea and I are going to go. There'll be a lot of guys.
I'll
I'm
be
sure
right
hanging out there. A lot of
Anybody-
guys will be there.
All right, take it easy. Anybody know of a good movie to watch tonight? Anything good? No? Okay, don't everybody scream at once.
I haven't been there.
I'm
Let's-
not a big movie person.
know
Let's
what's
talk
out there.
to Aileen and Debbie. Aileen opened up our hour with us with some amazing music, but not only are you now singing, you're in the real estate business.
Yes.
Tell us, and you're not here, you're up in Hope Sound.
Yes, I'm located in Hope Sound at the moment, working with D.R. Horton Builder. If you're familiar, it's actually #1 builder in the United States. He has communities all over, and I'm working at the moment in Hope Sound, which is a community called Canopy Cove. We have over 15 available move-in ready homes, single family, and I'm actually doing an event this Monday from 3 to 6 with live music. We're going to be playing, and we have a lot of musicians coming. We're going to be jamming, and everyone is invited. It's realtors, buyers, everyone is more than welcome to learn the incentives. We offer 3% commission for realtors and a lot of incentives for buyers as well.
How far is Hope Sound?
It's about 50, 60 miles from here, I assume, from Boca, but it's
It's about an hour and
it's about an
20
hour,
minutes.
yeah, an hour 20.
15.
A
yeah,
lot of
from
drive
here.
time. Here's the other thing I don't understand about Hope Sound. It's spelled H-O-B-E,
Hope,
That's
yeah.
Hobe.
but it's
Hope.
not pronounced, everyone pronounces it H-O-P-E.
Yeah. And,
Hope Sound.
and
Hobe
elephant doesn't
Sound.
have an F, so what's
You're good. PH is an F, though. That's all I can tell you.
No,
I go
it's the same
PH
thing.
together as an F. But
Hope
yes.
is a B.
Why don't I just like, I could put them together, but it's the funniest thing, Hope Sound. I always look at the spelling of it. How did you end up there?
Well, the sales management, they actually needed someone to be assigned over there, and they
So
sent
you
me over
moved there?
No, I live in Boynton, and I do drive there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit of a drive, but it's a nice ride.
Now,
you
where
it's
is
pretty
this
up there.
concert being held? This
It's
func-
actually in our model home. It's right in a model home that people can see the layout, the design, the style, and they can enjoy the drinks, the food, and the music. And plus, on top of that, Debbie is going to be catering. She's going to present her
More than jelly?
food.
Yeah. This will be a hors d'oeuvre
close to the
catering. It'll be
Food,
hors d'oeuvre
yes.
catering. Yeah.
Okay,
Debbie,
now I
obviously.
need to, because I asked you before we were doing the mic thing, what kind of catering service that you offer? You do bites?
I do events. Right now, I'm not doing weddings for a couple months at least, but
you
I
were
do.
doing weddings, okay.
I've done weddings, but mostly, just events like with Aline. With once a month, we're going to be doing that. So, or just light appetizers, hors d'oeuvres is what we're doing, and some drinks, and it's all healthy.
So how do you get the drinks there? When you have a bar, or do you have the facilities to do all that?
Oh, well, the alcoholic drinks, I don't take those.
Well,
They
the
have
event that I'm
those.
doing, we
Yes,
are
those are
providing the
available.
alcohol, yeah,
Okay.
and we do have everything for it. So just kind of an open bar.
I'm bringing the tea, non-alcoholic.
She's bringing the healthy stuff. I'm bringing the unhealthy stuff.
There you go, perfect combination.
Yeah, we had actually really nice turnout last month.
We did.
And it was really, really nice, and it was the first time. So I'm going to be doing it on a monthly basis right now to just attract people in, to see the community. It's about 4 miles to the beach, and it's right off Jupiter, so it's really close to, who is familiar with Jupiter. And it's fun. People can learn about the location, new construction.
What's the community like?
It's a gated community. There's a pool there, and it's all ages. There's no age restrictions. The homes go from $350 up to about $400, which is reasonable, and they're all brand new. And we have 4-bed, 2-bath. We have 3-bed, 2-bath, and a lot of sales. We have, for now, for example, we have a red tag event, which is going up to until January 26th, that on specific homes, it's about $20,000 less than its asking price. On top of that, you can pick washer and dryer, for example, as a gift, or blinds as a gift, which is about additional $5,000-6,000 bonus.
How big are the homes?
The homes are about from 15 up to about 1,700 square feet.
Okay. And the community holds how many?
In total, we have 50, and we have 4 under contract. Actually, 1 just closed yesterday, and there's 15 move-in ready, and additional 10 that already sold and closed. So it's moving.
You're busy.
It's moving.
She's
Yeah.
new to the real estate world.
I was going to
Yes.
ask how long you've been doing the real estate.
Well, I've been doing real estate in general over 6 years back in New York, but I started my business real estate here less than a year. And then I found this job, which I love, working with a builder, and I'm representing the community. And it's really, really good. It's really good, going well.
You look very happy, which
Yes.
is incredible.
Yes.
And where are you doing your music? And yes, the song was an original piece, and she's going to be singing another one for us.
Yes.
Where are you performing your music?
Well, at the moment, I am really focusing on real estate, and I do have my stage when I'm doing the events. So I'm basically inviting people to see me
concert.
there. And thank you for inviting me right here as well.
Yes, thank you
Yeah.
for having me also.
Yeah, I'm planning on recording a few of my new songs soon, and I'll keep you updated with that as well.
Nice.
Well, we'll invite you as much as possible because if I had known you were coming, I would have told people
Baked
to
a
come.
cake?
No, we would have put the chairs out.
We would invite
It's
people,
okay.
yeah.
It's okay. I'm not going anywhere.
No, I figure because we're closer to you than your job is.
Oh
so
yeah,
we
that's for sure.
and there's a lot of people in this room who can sing and dance, the DJ
Yeah.
sings
No,
and dance.
we can definitely do more.
Yes, we-
Yes, for sure.
And maybe you can test us out with your new songs. I bother us. How many new ones you got? 3 and 3 is 6. And you know, 6.
She'll do
Yeah.
another one when we switch over hours, but we have to say congratulations to Tracy and Healing Moments because it is their 3-year anniversary
Wow.
this weekend.
Yep.
3 years. You know what they say? The first year is like a newborn, and by 3 years you're up and walking in a new business. Is that true?
Yeah. Each year's gotten better, but this year it's really kind of working itself now.
That's what someone once said. They said the first year in a business is like having a newborn. Second year as a toddler, you're crawling, you're like just getting there, you're going forward, you're moving back, like you fall down as a toddler. Third year, you're up and walking, you're potty trained already, and we're good to go. You and I, we're like teenagers already. We're past the potty training stage. We're going.
I thought we were closing for a second. Well, yeah, this is
No,
we're
but
done.
congratulations.
Thank you. I opened on my mother's birthday 3 years ago in her honor. So when I had my grand opening, there was a big picture of her and a poem that I found randomly in the middle of all of my business paperwork that she wrote to me 20 years ago that said how much she loves me and how proud she is and all that. It was like I was meant to get that for the opening.
What are you doing? Are you
That's
having
definitely nice. I
a
wanna
party,
try
an
this.
event?
You
We
know what, I
talked
did
about
a,
this.
yeah, I know, and I've been so behind in planning. This year's going so fast already, but I'm probably going to do it towards the end of February. I had 110 people last year, so I need to really be prepared. And Farmer's Table always does my food. I always offer an organic wine place to do wine, and then we do complimentary Beamer sessions. And I have a vibroacoustic sound therapy bed. So you lay on the bed, listen to music. The bed vibrates.
tried that.
At the right frequency.
And it vibrates.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I used to put quarters
Very
in a
cool.
motel up in the Bronx to do that.
We do little. we do complimentary massages and little things, so I need to prepare, and it just got away from me this year. So it'll be a late anniversary party, but we will do it.
So you've been doing this 3 years. If you can
In this place.
in this place, if you can push forward, and just the last 3 years, you can push forward an idea that you want more of it. What would it be?
I just want people to show up, just to see, just show up, stop in, say hello, because seriously, one of my taglines is the healing begins the minute you walk in the door, and I think you experienced that.
Oh, absolutely.
So just walking in the place. Really, what do? I do massage therapy. I do listening, right? I really try to start with people where they are.
Well, I'm coming.
Well, it's a magical place, and everything from the paint to the floor to everything that's in there, you have to sort of experience this. You got to go through it.
It's an experience. That's the thing.
And that's the hardest sale to do because it's not the same. He walks in there, it's different. I walk in there, everybody has
Every
a different.
person has different issues.
Right.
Well, that's one side of it, but and sometimes it's also everybody has a different healing point.
Right.
So
And even if it's something physical, I know Patty was here from Fem City talking about plantar fasciitis.
Yeah.
And Anne was sitting here, she said, oh my gosh, I've suffered for 2 years. So it's not even as if whether you've had cancer, you work with post-surgical reconstruction.
I work with 6 plastic surgeons. I do all their post-surgery work. So post-surgery lymphatic drainage for tummy tucks, mastectomy reconstructions, breast dogs, liposuction. I work with plastic surgeons, but I also work with some functional medicine doctors and some integrative cancer doctors because I offer a lot of everything in there is Mother Nature driven and really all meant to have a healing effect on everyone, whether it's touch, whether it's sound, whether it's infrared, whether it's just listening.
Artist Amy.
Mind, body, spirit.
Artist Amy walked in because she's hanging some other
See
art.
I don't know how she got that in here
But
by
she-
herself.
she has some-
You see the size of
But
that?
then you wonder why she has a bad back. It's sciatica.
That piece
and the
is
whole
bigger
nine.
than I
What's she
am.
doing?
I don't know how she got
God
that in
only
by
knows what she's
herself.
doing.
Art.
But I want you to talk to Amy because she's going in a different direction, trying to find, like me, trying to find the answer to problems in your body.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's laying right in front of you, and you don't take advantage of it because you don't know any better.
But it's healing, and so many of the things we've talked about is the chakras and the balance, and what we go through is with thyroid disease and your throat chakra. And here I look at myself and I'm all in blue. Clearly, there's a reason I'm in blue today. God must have another reason for that. But
Why are you all in blue and thanking God?
why? Because why do I ever do things that I do? I
I'm
don't know.
surprised that she is not in
Purple.
in purple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Today.
Today's an off day.
But you've talked about breast cancer and how you were diagnosed with no.
Right. I had 0 obvious risk factors if you look at all the risk factors for breast cancer. I was eating pizza once a year. I was in the gym all the time. I was drinking really good water.
How's the stress though?
I had a lot of heart-centered stress.
Well, you know what they say. It ain't all physical. Sometimes it's mental.
Absolutely. Mind, body, spirit. We are a holistic being, which is how I treat people, as a holistic being, not meaning no medicine, meaning a whole person. Mind, body, spirit. You can't really just work someone's physical body in a gym to lose weight if their problem is depression and you don't do anything about that part of it, right?
Gotcha.
It's getting to the root of it. So many things, so many emotional ties affect us in so many ways. I mean, I've known you for longer than I think I realized we've known you. It's been a couple years, I think, already, right?
So, yeah.
And how your life has
27
shifted.
years.
But
Totally.
stress have you eliminated some of the stressors in your life?
Yeah, I have. And I started getting really focused on the power of the subconscious mind. So that's what my biggest focus has been on because I, was aware of the eating and, just the more we don't know what we don't know. So the more I know, the more I do.
It's the stress.
And it's just changing my life.
It's
It's
the
changing.
stress, yeah.
I'm actually reprogramming my brain. So I'm actually becoming somebody that I've never been. But I was meant to be.
Right, we talked about yesterday, about living your purpose and your passion, stepping into it and doing what you have to do. What are you looking at? You're reprogramming your mind?
That's pretty deep, she
Who's she
said.
supposed to be?
Listen, let's take a commercial break because I want to say goodbye to our friends on Saturday night here, drive time. We got to keep an eye on the ball, so we're going to say goodbye, and we're going to continue the show as we go. But for those of you watching or hearing the show tonight, Thank you for
You're
tuning
having a hard
in.
time processing.
I do.
This is Freddie on a Saturday night. That's
I-
what happens. You work way too many hours.
It's not
Monday
that.
through
It's that we're
Friday.
intermingling things.
We're
So-
intermingling. Well, enjoy your movie tonight. If you change your mind, anyone who's listening, come on up and join me at Space of Mind. It's $50 a ticket. It includes food and drinks, great networking opportunity, and you know what? It's a great business outreach as well. Support the kids, support Del Rey, and support our schools.
All right, so let's go to commercial break, and the ladies are going to go and sing. When we come back, we'll have some more music.
And we'll be right back.
Couple of minutes.
You can take this card with you.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would just listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have the platform to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 80800. That's CAFE to 80800.
Does your business Moby Pop? A new way to grow your business. Using a simple keyword, drive customers right to you with just a click. Customers will receive your personalized digital business card within seconds with all your contact information in one place, including a gallery of photos, videos, and clear call to action that drives sales. Promote your products and services, or share a hot new listing with custom event pages and RSVP form, boosting qualified leads. Special offers and promotions are directly sent to your potential customers' phones with text campaigns, increasing foot traffic and creating a loyal following. Let MobiPop drive your marketing campaign. Focus on your business. Let MobiPop focus on growing it.
Hi, my name is Leslie Carmen, and I'm the founder from Carmen Care Laser here in Boca Raton. We've done so many treatments. We've treated people with severe back pain, knee pain. If your pain has been there for so many years, often we just have a tendency to just believe that we're not going to get better.
I had a bad injury with my knee, my left knee, and it is amazing after just 3 treatments. And even after the first treatment, I could tell a huge difference.
We'd love to invite you to come see us and be a part of that. Thank you.
Sexy, seductive, and beautiful. Looking for a professional and talented photographer? Danielle Boujon specializes in capturing flirtatious and tasteful images for yourself or your partner. Located in South Florida, Danielle really knows how to bring out your inner beauty on a shoot. Visit her website at www.daniellebuljan.com or call her at 561-305-2241 to capture your most desirable moments.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome back. Again, we are here at the MP2 studio in Boca Raton at the brand new Don Tira. So thank you for rejoining us and continue to enjoy the show. Again, we are at the 95.3 FM and 1470 AM, the best lead radio from 5 to 6 p.m. and from 8 to 10 p.m. And once again, Aline Leaf and Debbie Appleseed.
Just me and the moon, you and I, gazing above the sky, chasing the dream, counting the stars. Is it the moon who brought us together? Following you to the moon, taking by the wind into the moonlight. Take me higher and higher. Take me, take my soul tonight. Beauty smile on the darkest night. Take me home, take me home. Fly up high like the fairy child to the moon, to the moonlight. Take me higher and higher than life. Moonlight, take me, free my soul tonight.
Very nice.
Very nice. Welcome back.
Welcome back. How you doing?
After hours at the Brooklyn Cafe. It sounds so sexy to be airing at 8 o'clock at night, doesn't it?
Okay.
Sexy, sexy. How you like that?
I like that very mucho.
The music of Aileen Leave and Debbie Appleseed.
You know, one of the things that I find most entertaining
is me.
Is DJ's intro. He goes to English and Spanish, and he calls his amp, and he forgot the two, and it's like
I think it's a Hispanic
he
thing.
goes radio. He goes and number one radio instead of saying number one radio. He goes to Spanglish. He's like all over the place.
Well, he calls it MP. But you know what's funny? Because we had one of our
Military police.
no utility providers here. They have us listed as N2. So
N2.
N2, not even M2, N2. And I said to them, do you think we could change that? They said, if you change it now, you're going to mess up your entire system. I go, leave it. So
What's
you're now,
an N2?
apparently someone on the other line, when we must have made the account, misheard us. So everything says
That's
N2.
Comcast?
Well, yes, that would be Comcast. Not to call them out, but thanks for playing.
I'm going to call them out. And I'm going to
But
call
thanks
them
for
and say, you
playing.
better change it.
Happy Saturday to
Happy
you.
Saturday to you.
You having a nice evening?
I am. I'm
After
very
hours?
excited. After hours. I'm very excited because yesterday we had the reboot cruise and had Tony on the set.
Yes.
And we had the MC, well, one of the MCs, right? He wasn't the MC. I think
He was one of the keynotes.
Lindsay
yes.
was an MC.
Doug.
Lindsay was the MC.
Lindsay was the host, and Doug was one of the motivational
right.
speakers. We had the plant chicks on.
And the Plant Chicks was on, and they ran into the
tree dudes.
the tree dudes.
Tree huggers.
Yeah, and but it was very interesting to find out the concept of everything that was going on. We talked a little bit about our guests, about having a plug because it was a European boat, and they had to find a converter for you. Yes. I could have told you that.
How would you know?
I didn't know it was a European.
Get close to the mic. Yeah.
I didn't realize it was a European ship.
Who would realize it? Because I would think that the every ship would be universal, especially from the port of Palm Beach. Who would ever think that you needed?
Well, if the ship comes from Italy, it's a European ship.
Yeah, but wouldn't you think they would have universal?
If the ship was built in Italy, it's a European
Then what's it doing
ship.
in Palm Beach County?
Who researches that?
Well,
Thank
who the
you.
hell takes a microphone on a cruise?
A lot more people
A
than who don't.
Microscope. A
I
microphone.
was going to say a lot of people take microphones on a cruise ship.
Who takes a microscope on a ship?
I know. I looked really funny because everybody's like, everybody's there for a holiday, and I'm like, no, this is for work. I'm working.
It's funny because I have expressed to people some of the work that we've done, and I've told people some of the things that you do, and everybody says to me, "Come on, Freddie, that's a pitch," and it's not a pitch. It happens to be something very serious, and it's amazing now. Everybody that I know says they do this.
Yeah.
Oh, what
No.
I live under a rock.
No.
Yeah, a little bit.
I never. Oh, you knew about this science? Mm-hmm. It's been
You
around
knew
40
about
years.
you knew about it too, but you were not focused on your health at the moment because
I knew about it.
Yes,
I'm
because
sorry. Who are you talking to, me or Hector?
because at one point you and I actually, Freddie, we made appointments to have our blood analyzed, and we got stuck at the other studio.
Where?
We never showed up there.
Who?
With Daphne.
When? No.
Yes, 100%.
I don't remember that.
I know you don't remember, but yeah, it's a thing.
Daphne was the Merlin, but I don't remember.
But she
any
has
of this
had that
stuff.
done. I don't know if it was through Jeanette, but she has had it done. Tracy has it over at her place as well. She's had it there a couple
No,
times.
I say now that I've had it done, everybody that I know does it, but I didn't hear about this. And the thing with the parasite with the two heads that we talked about,
Right, yeah.
two-headed monster, scary stuff.
I'm sure I got plenty. I eat a sushi and squash soup, so yeah.
Well,
I'm
then
sure
I'm gonna bring you this delicious tasting.
Yes. Paragon.
Yes, and it goes underneath your tongue, and it's delicious.
Only one time?
Well, part of
Once
the
a
reason
day.
why it doesn't taste good is because you have them. I mean, it's very interesting that parasites actually take over our brain. They'll make you crave things that you don't really, that aren't really good for you, but you can't help it.
I'm having this vision of Men in Black right now. When they got the aliens and they go inside them and then they vomit them out.
You
Happy Saturday to you.
You may make fun of this.
I'm not
because-
making fun of it, but that's what I think.
Well, you're
of.
laughing about it, but when I first saw the blood on the microscope, and I'm looking at this thing eating my cells from both ends,
No.
it wasn't funny.
It's not funny.
No.
It's
And-
not funny. But let's talk about what Jeanette does. Let's introduce Jeanette and we'll
Yes.
talk about what she does and then talk about what you've gone through.
Yes.
And you got a little concerned, but don't be concerned because there's hope and there's things to do when everyone has something, right? It's just a matter of we don't know it.
Well, just a little brief history. Back in the Renaissance, people knew they had parasites, and they knew that they were passing in between each other. You kiss somebody, you're going to get whatever they're getting. If somebody's highly parasitic and you shake their hand, the eggs come off in their hands.
It's gross.
You can get them from walking in grass. You can get them from meat
at
that's
his
not
face.
cooked all the way, and it's organic food. It doesn't have pesticides on it, so the pests can, if it's not cleaned well enough, the pests are still on that food. And I'm only saying that because there's so many ways we can now be getting parasites. And the first line of defense is the stomach's acidity should kill them. So if they're getting through that, in most people's hydrochloric acid isn't in the right state, that's how they're getting through from food. Now, back in the Renaissance, they used to take a tincture every day to clear parasites. and it was wormwood flour. The upper class got the flour, the lower class got the seeds and stems, but there's actual studies that come to the conclusion that the people who were getting the flour, because it cleans out the liver and the bile ducts, actually survived the plague. Because they were a little cleaner inside. But back in the Renaissance, they decided, well, if we've got to take this every day, let's make it into a party. And that's how vermouth was made.
I'm in.
So they started drinking martinis.
See?
And that's how today's vermouth is made synthetically. So you're not going to get it unless you get authentically real vermouth. But that's how far we've gotten from the knowledge of we need to be detoxing and cleaning out every day. Now we never do, so it's something that is, extremely easy to see in people's blood because nobody's ever cleaning anymore.
And what about probiotics and all these other things we take for gut health? Because we've talked for years that your gut is really your first brain.
It is.
And gut health leads to everything else. What about all of those supplements? Do they help?
Probiotics do not get rid of parasites. No, the hydrochloric acid in the stomach is what gets rid of the parasites first. And if that's not appropriately in appropriate levels, then they get through. They can actually, get through the gut lining because it's paper thin, and get into the bloodstream. And of course, they can stay in the gut and come and create other types of worms.
It's really interesting that you say, because the more I use that stuff, it's not as bitter anymore.
No,
In
because
the
it's
beginning,
cleaned out.
forget about it. Now
What is it?
it's
A tablet?
it's
powder?
a black liquid that you put underneath your tongue and run for the hills. Come and tell you.
Well, it's very earthy, is what I say.
Earthy?
It's got black walnut. It's got wormwood.
It's like the
in it.
Black Plague. This thing is horrible, but
It's
it
got
works.
dandelion, bitter orange, clove to kill the eggs, because they lay 2,000 eggs at a time, and they hatch every 3 weeks. So
you have to stay on this stuff forever?
No.
No.
Well, the thing, what I tell my clients is clean out and come back in 6 months and clean again. Especially if you're petting animals, that's one of the biggest reasons we get parasites is because the animals have them.
You got 2 cats.
Yes, and so I'm going to be on it. I take them every other day and what have you. But you can tell the difference in your blood. It's just so many different things going on.
You see a difference?
That's just one thing.
You know what difference I see in you?
I'm afraid to ask.
You get tired.
That's because, and we talked about this. I take the baking soda
At
with
night,
the water.
you're tired.
And you know what? You remember when I told you let's do it twice a day? Because if you do it once a day, you're going to forget. I went to once a day,
Yeah.
and I forget.
Right.
So I'm drinking it at night. And I'm going to tell you something. It is like it's the seas. You know how the seas have waves? When you drink this stuff, it calms you out.
When you used to be up all night doing things, and I would know because I
can't.
would get up and get on my computer and see when you posted something 3:33 a.m. or when you sent me an email, sometimes 4:25. Now nothing. Sometimes I don't see anything till 8 o'clock in the
I'm
morning.
going to tell you. And I've been getting up later and later. And the colder. Now, I got
know.
to tell
Yesterday
you.
the alarm went off.
I
The
didn't
alarm
even
company
see it.
calls me. I'm calling him, no answer. I'm texting him, no answer. I send the police here because I don't know where you are, no answer. He's like, I'm sleeping. I'm like, you're still sleeping?
Yeah, I just had a client just a little while ago, and he can't sleep. And I put him on baking soda. Plus, he has high blood sugar, but he refuses to get on insulin. It's 159. You're my little test kit, my
114.
little poster child. I told him I put him on the exact same things that you're doing.
And it's funny because when you go there, she gives you a lot of
Such a
paperwork.
simple
She's like a
fix.
paperwork queen, and you have to read this stuff. So she put me on an essentially a vegan diet,
Yeah.
minus corn. I can't eat corn. You know what corn?
We
can't.
told you about corn for years.
Okay, take it easy. Can't eat corn because it's not acidic driven or whatever the hell you want to call it.
Well, and
Because it's not really a food.
And I just asking people to go on an alkaline diet, which is really just a small portion of protein. We don't need as much animal protein or as much protein as we are eating because the plants have protein.
I'm not doing the animal food no
Yeah,
more.
but I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not, I'm not trying to get people to go vegan. It's just take and make animal protein the small, or carbohydrates, breads or whatever. Make that the smallest portion of the plate as opposed to the largest portion.
See, she's doing it nicely.
That's how it should be.
But that's why my gut was bigger than my knees. When I sat down, it was on the floor because I was eating nicely. You know, diabetics aren't, you can't be nice to a diabetic, not because of anything else. We just don't listen.
Well,
We
you're
love to eat bad
you're
things.
also a product of the fast food industry because of your work.
First of all,
your
excuse
work.
you. I don't eat fast food industry. I don't eat McDonald's. I don't eat Burger King, if that's what you're referring to. Pollo Tropical now has a vegan bowl.
But I'm just saying, because of your work schedule, you are a product of the fast
Chipotle
food
has
industry.
a vegan bowl.
Wendy's has a vegan chili, probably
No
too.
more. You know something?
But
I was
wait, he's a
supposed
part
to,
of the fast food industry.
I was supposed to bring. No, I'm not doing
Yeah, well, I was
Wendy's.
going to ask you, where's lunch?
I forgot
Dinner.
to bring it. I wanted you to try this vegan chili.
Mm.
It is the most delicious thing. You know, I've had it for 2 nights in a row because I like it when it's cold.
Where? Where
It's
is it?
beans and it has stuff
left
in
it
it
in
like
his house.
tofu.
And where do you get it?
The tofu you get in one place, the beans you get in
made
another.
it. Okay, you've made
No,
it
you
at
make
home.
it.
You made it at home. Great.
And then it has
great.
a vegan cheese. It doesn't melt. There's got to be something wrong with this. But anyway, I ate this thing with brown rice, which I can have brown rice.
It's just chili, right?
It's just chili, but on a cold night.
It's just
If
chili
you go
instead
to
of
Wendy's
putting
and you
meat in
have the chili, they're the best. I'm gonna tell you. But it has meat in it, and I'm not doing the meat thing no more. And the meat thing is what's changed the inflammation in my body, not anything else. The inflammation has come down.
And that's huge.
Oh my
That's
God, it
huge.
is. I can feel my toes again.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys take it for granted, right? You touch your feet, you can feel them. Yeah. Imagine when you touch your feet, you can't. It scared the heck out of you. And this is what this has shown me, and I'm not drinking enough water. I got to find a way. Then I find out I'm drinking the wrong water.
We were just talking about that.
This is the wrong water.
Well,
Yeah.
But this is all I got because
just
my
talking
friend here
about-
did not fill the square water.
well, I'm going to go to Tracy, and we're going
And
to
if
talk
you-
about putting a system in here.
Let me tell you something. I got a problem.
I have a gallon at the house.
You think this is enough? I
No.
need like a 5-gallon drum.
That's
I got
why
a
we
blue
need
drum.
to put. I'm going to put an all call out there. We need a water system in our studio. The amount of water we go through, the amount of plastic bottles we go through, because of the amount of people that come through here.
I offered you a solution. You said no. You know the Gatorade coolers?
Let me tell you about the solution he offered me. All
A
right.
Gatorade cooler. I said, let's fill it with water.
I love you so much, and you are like the best partner ever.
What's wrong with that?
There's a butt cover.
He says, I'm running late. I'm bringing a cooler of water. Okay, now what does that look like? I don't know. So he unloads his car. You've got equipment and lights and everything. He's like, one more thing. I forgot the cooler. I'm thinking, I'm thinking a cooler dispenser, where a dispenser that stands in the lobby. He brings me a blue,
Gatorade
like they pour
cooler.
on the coaches' heads after the football game.
Oh.
Cooler. I said, and what are you doing with that? I'm filling it with water. From where was really my next question.
Well, what do you think I'm going to get? I'm going to go to Tracy's and get square water.
So the cooler was a wonderful idea, but we need the water to put in it,
I'm
and it
gonna
wasn't
t-
going to fit in the sink.
I'm going to tell you one more time.
You're going to go to Tracy's and fill it with
Now,
water.
you can go to Publix and they have a 7-filter dispensary that you can put it in there and fill it, 5 gallons, which is what I was going to do until you shish kebabbed it. But even that water is just filtered water, right? This water apparently is square water. But this is always empty, No liquid,
I
Mom.
know. And you should really be drinking. I should really be drinking 2 of those a day. You should be drinking.
I have to
3
drink
or
that
4 of
blue
them.
thing a day. I'm gonna tell you, they're gonna build a hose from my to the toilet because I'm gonna be urinating all day.
But I think that might be part of the inflammation. Yes, Jeanette, because I'm always in the restroom.
Are you?
You not so much.
Oh, you know what? You know the litmus paper? I
Yes.
call it peeing green.
Yes, yes.
Until you pee green, you ain't cured, right?
That's right.
I'm gonna bring you litmus paper. I'm gonna let you pee on it, and you tell me what color it changes.
Okay.
But it needs to be completely accurate. It's the first pee of the day.
All right, I'll
So you
do it in
first
the
pee.
morning.
I'll bring you tomorrow the
I
strip.
keep telling you, if it comes up with a plus sign, we're in trouble.
That's something you and Chuck will have to discuss now. won't
Not
it?
me, I mean you. I'm good.
Oh, you mean my plus sign?
If you have a plus sign, I got to tell you, we will make national news. This studio.
You see, that's the way Dawn works. No, Hector. Thank you for playing.
And there you go from Hector.
Do you like this?
What's that? Say that again.
Testicular cancer.
What
Is that such a thing?
It doesn't come up positive because there's no positive on this
No,
damn thing.
There's
This
no
is a
positive
strip.
on the thing.
Not on this, no.
No, this
Not
is
on this
either you
strip.
peak orange or you peak green.
Well,
Can you
allow
explain
it-
square water?
This is square water.
It's hexagonal water.
Well, you see, this is why my delivery works. Because if I just tell you that it's water made out of a special machine, you're going to say, oh, it's just water. But when I tell you square water, it's because of how this water gets into your system. When you drink this, not even a third of it is, that's why you got to drink so much of it. They want you to drink 100 bottles of water a day, me, because maybe I get, I don't know, 40 bottles that goes through me. The other stuff, you just beep, 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 beep.
I have one of those machines that vitalize the water. You know, I don't know what it's called, but
Is that any
all
good?
my water goes through this before I drink it.
But that's filtering it.
Yeah, but it's
It has
Maybe she has a
electrodes.
special water
it's a
machine.
special water machine.
Well, there you
Is
go.
it alkalining the water?
Yeah, maybe.
That's, yeah.
Yeah, so all my coffee and everything.
Oh, there you go. And I would love, because you know what I'm doing now? I'm taking the water from the sink to make my coffee because I figure it boils it.
It doesn't.
Thanks, I know that now. So you wonder where I get my parasites. That's why I have to take the parasite medicine.
Everyone has something in their blood, and I actually wanted to ask Jeanette, since we're still good on time. You had told me about the baking soda.
Yes.
I tried the baking soda. Didn't work so well with the rest of my alkalinity in my
Maybe
body.
you were taking too much.
I was
What
not.
do you mean it didn't work too well with the rest of the alkalinity?
Here it
What
comes.
does that mean?
Yeah, go ahead. What does that mean?
It was just my
Oh,
whole
you did
body
not like the-
changed.
you
No,
did
the
not
body,
like
the
the
taste I didn't care about, but I could just things in my body
Like what?
changed.
Like what?
My hormonal system changed.
She's attributing the water to hormonal
Not the
changes.
water, it was the baking soda.
She thinks that changed her hormonal
Well, okay,
stats.
so now so
The pH of my femininity. How about that?
okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that I got.
No, it doesn't, because even if she didn't drink the water, you're laughing because I'm laughing
not
too.
the
It had
water,
nothing
it's
to
the
do with
baking
it.
soda.
It had nothing to do with it.
How much
Could it?
baking
Lord have
soda?
mercy.
Okay, because well, the thing of it is when we're in an alkaline state, this is male or female, your thyroid can release hormones. If your thyroid perceives, because of course it's making hormones every day, right? You've got tons of hormones. You got over 500 different types of hormones. Happiness is actually a hormone, but if your body is in an acidic state, the thyroid will make the hormones but won't release them because it perceives the terrain as hostile. And so it just holds on to them. So we can walk around, and I wonder sometimes if that's not part of the reason people are so acidic normally with their diets and what's going on in the world and what they're drinking. That, you know, if their thyroid is not releasing the hormones, then how can they even be happy, right? How can they even be at ease if, you know, these are hormones? So actually alkalinity helps the thyroid immensely.
So maybe that's what changed because
But
I'm on
maybe-
thyroid medicine. So maybe I didn't, because I have Hashimoto's. So maybe I'm not crazy. See that? She validates it.
You're not
I didn't
crazy.
change my medication,
No.
but maybe it changed my thyroid production.
Yes.
And that's why I had those other symptoms.
Right.
Okay,
Because
what
my
symptoms did you have?
We'll discuss them off air.
Oh, okay.
And actually, I probably shouldn't discuss them with you because you're a guy. So I'm just saying. But
Well,
maybe it's a whole
I don't know
thyroid
half
thing.
of these things. All I know is that you were just
But it makes sense.
nuts.
Because I'm on T3 and T4 for my thyroid.
You're on what?
T3 and T4 because my thyroid does not.
There's a T in
The
it?
other
My
thing
thyroid does not produce hormones on its own. I
Right.
have to take medication for that. Like
That's
you
right.
were on insulin because of your insulin. I have to do that for my thyroid.
But they're watching my insulin and my thyroid now because they would question as to whether or not that's this diabetes thing that, you know, I'm beginning to wonder, did I ever have diabetes or I just have a leaky gut? Do I have bad... I took a lot of antibiotics when I was a high schooler. I destroyed the lining of my colon.
Well, I just want to add something else about the diabetes topic, and I do want to go back to yours as well. But the diabetes, the other side of diabetes that we didn't really discuss because we were just working on solutions initially, but the other side of diabetes is eating the wrong fats, eating high, what is it?
Saturated?
No, it's high temperature fats, because they really believe now that the membrane of the cell is the brain. That the insides are all the nutrients and everything, but that's not really, that the brain is the membrane and it's made up of fats. So if somebody's not eating their correct fats and eating high temperature fats, which is in most crackers and cookies and chips and any kind of fried food, any kind of fast food, but that membrane has to make fat. The body makes that membrane out of whatever's accessible. So if you're making it out of fats that are hard, because high temperature fats become hardened, that cell actually cannot allow nutrients in or anything out.
Like
so
a wall?
It creates a very hard wall. It's not permeable, so that the body, so that the cells scream for food. They're starving. So part of the insulin rush is because trying to give food to the body. So there's a other side of diabetes. It can be, and he's gone on to a plant-based diet, so he's cut out all that high fat, as well as he's created alkalinity so that the body can heal. So there's two sides of it, okay?
Okay, so give me an example of a heated fat.
Crackers.
Canola oil.
Crackers?
Yeah, well,
well, she just said that.
Well,
That's
yeah,
the
if you
reason I
look
would
at
know.
packaging, it's all made with canola oil. Canola oil is Canadian oil. It is not even.
They said it's good for you.
No, it's not.
Olive oil.
It was
I always
never.
thought that.
If you look up, I want everybody to look up canola oil and how it was manufactured. It was not even meant for human consumption.
Lovely.
It is a cheap oil and it's to keep
She's
the
right.
cost down of food. They use it on almost everything.
What about olive oil?
It's not made with vegetables. There's no
olive
vegetable
oil?
in it. Everybody thinks
She's
it's
right.
corn.
What about olive oil?
Olive oil is great. It's best not heated. Coconut oil is...
Yeah, but it has sugar in it, doesn't it?
Coconut oil is the one that has no change in its metabolism, whether it's heated or if it's cold.
You know,
What
you have
about
to watch out with
cholesterol?
coconut oil.
What?
It goes, all those oils, they have a shelf life that's very short. So when you open them up, if it smells funny, don't use it. You have to buy it and use it. Because it's not like these other ones that are synthetic, where they can sit in your cabinet forever.
Well, that isn't going to work, because I may not use it for a month.
Coconut oil? Well, then you buy a small one. I'm just saying, that's how you know something is pure, when it doesn't last in your cabinet for 3 years.
Okay, so coconut is a good example. What about a body fat, an animal fat, like on a steak, when you eat the fat on a steak? Is that digestible or not?
If you're taking enzymes, they're digestible.
But if you're not?
Animal fat contributes to blood clots.
So all of the fat in the skin, that's not good for you either.
No, it's really to eat lean. I mean, cook with it, but then cut it off. Don't eat it. I mean, cut around that. Don't eat the meat that has that in it, and take a good enzyme so that you're breaking down completely, so that the body can use the fat for fuel. But it's got to come down to I see so much plaque in people because it's a buildup of undigested fats. High temperature fats do not break down so that the body can use it as fuel. It'll use it. The body will use heavy metal to even create a membrane of a cell if that's all it has to work with. I mean, it's going to use whatever you give it. It's just not going to function properly.
What about hot pepper?
Excuse me?
Hot peppers.
Hot peppers are great for cholesterol and for plaque to.
Because I eat a lot of the hot peppers, even though
It'll clean out the heart.
Okay, that works.
Really good for you, yeah.
And if someone has systemic inflammation and just your whole body just aches and
Systemic
hurts.
inflammation?
Yeah.
What's systemic inflammation?
Through your whole, you have systemic through your whole system. It's not like,
Don't get medical on me.
Sorry. Oh, my elbow hurts.
Yeah,
Can I put an ice pack on? When it's your whole system and you've got arthritis or it's an autoimmune issue, your diabetes, my thyroid, we have autoimmune things through our
Another
entire
one.
system. Does alkalinity help? Does changing your diet help?
Absolutely, yes. Because it's the diet that's causing the inflammation. And it can be from various things. And I usually ask my patients, go on a purely plant-based diet for 2 weeks and then add back meat protein. See if that causes the inflammation. Because you're going to get rid of it. Eggs are highly
Inflammatory.
and
They
made in
are?
everything, right?
I eat everything. I eat them all the time.
Yeah. And,
That inflames.
So,
No
you
more
know,
eggs.
dairy is high, but everybody's different. I mean, somebody can have the right enzymes in their stomach so that dairy doesn't inflame them, but gluten does, or proteins do, or it can be sugars and carbohydrates. You know, and that's actually, of course, what leads to diabetes, and I see it all the time.
Now, I want to, because I want to do a song, so
Yes.
but I want to touch on the base sciatica, which is, I know a lot of people that have sciatica. I think I have sciatica on my left leg from my hip or from my knee. I haven't figured that out yet. But all of a sudden, I get this running pain on the back of my thigh. A lot of people tell me that it could be dehydration
Yeah. Both.
with the inflammation, but all of a sudden, I feel better with the inflammation, and I get this hip problem all of a
Worse.
sudden.
So
in
you're
my
always
left.
rubbing the back of your left
It's
knee.
hurting me now. So I'm going to run around the block. But there are so many different things when you see your blood and you look and you think about everything you've done, what you eat. A lot of it begins with the food. It begins just not educating yourself and training and hearing what your body's creating a pain because it's saying, hey, I'm hurting.
Well, you know, you've seen my monitor that, because everybody sees what I see in the microscope. I have a high-powered camera on top of the microscope that's tied to a monitor, so everybody can see what I'm seeing. You know what that looks like, the size of it. I've had 2 women now come in, and their blood clot filled the whole screen.
Which is kind of scary.
Yeah, and it's from sugars, animal fat, and stress.
Yes.
No, stress.
And you
I'm
can't.
probably one big
S.
blood clot.
Me too.
But you can't. But you can't deny this
But they
stuff.
didn't know it. You know, it's like, and it's huge. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, you've got to clean this out. And I have supplements to do that. And recently, and this was really interesting, a petite woman, she weighs 98 pounds, little petite thing, cute as a button. Her plaque filled up the whole screen. I wish I'd brought my phone in with me just so I could like show you guys. But you would never think this woman was at risk for a heart attack from plaque because she's so slim and you cannot tell by body type.
Unbelievable.
You know, just very interesting.
And
it's all there to see.
And it's interesting because, and again, yes, if you're watching us, if you're watching us, you have to give the blood to Jeanette. It isn't. She's not asking you to do it.
And
you
that's
have to
just
give
a
it.
speck of blood. A
Yes,
whole
it's
world
like
opens
a-
up. It's not even a drop.
It's
You
not.
have to
It's
prick
like a
your finger.
diabetic prick.
Yeah.
But you have to offer the blood. It's not the other way around. I want to clear that up. I went to her. She didn't come to me. I say here. Which is really important the way the industry is right now. So let's get that out of the way. And the other thing is that you're going to discover things about your body that you never saw before, and it's going to take you by surprise. And if you go to her website, I notice that all the stuff that she has in there has an explanation as to its usage.
What is your website?
Explorewellness.world.
Explorewellness.world. We're going to go to commercial break. When we come back, more of the music of Aline Leave and Debbie Appleseed. Maybe we'll talk to Amy a little bit and more
What is
with
Amy
Jeanette
in the
Walkley. Walkley?
Walkley.
Walkley. Stay tuned. 95.3 FM, 1470 AM, 96.9 and 103.9. And we will be right back.
Hi, my name is Leslie Carmen, and I'm the founder from Carmen Care Laser here in Boca Raton. We've done so many treatments. We've treated people with severe back pain, knee pain. If your pain has been there for so many years, often we just have a tendency to just believe that we're not going to get better.
I had a bad injury with my knee, my left knee. And it is amazing after just 3 treatments. And even after the first treatment, I could tell a huge difference.
We'd love to invite you to come see us and be a part of that. Thank you.
Sometimes you need to shake things up a bit, to be a little adventurous, to make your meals pop. Don Pablo Coffee Growers and Roasters has that special ingredient. That little bit of adventure in a bottle to take your dinner to the next level. So take a leap and try one of Don Pablo's fresh roasted specialty coffee meat rubs on your beef, chicken, or pork. You'll never go back to boring again. Go ahead, rub it on your meat.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Words are like poetic poison, filling me with sin from within. My inside creeping, turning commotion. When I visualize your hips in motion, my body starts decomposing from your lack of emotion. Sexual poison. Tell me I'm your need, I'm your sexual poison. Hypnotize me, make me believe I'm your only person. Sexual poisons. Sexual poison. Ooh, my elusive thoughts you scorn. When I think of you, all I see is porn. But I can't stop wanting your love. Sex, I come here for more love. Sex, I come here for Tell me I'm your need, I'm your sexual poison. Hypnotize me, make me believe I'm your only person. Sexual poison. Sexual poison. Ooh, your mind insatiable thirst for more. When I see you, I want for more. Sexual poison. When I see you clothed, I desire to see them on fire. poison that I wanna see dance by the fire.
And we're back. Sexual Poison.
And we are back. That was the music of Aline Leave and Debbie Appleseed. Beautiful. Sexual Poison, an original. Whoever is listening, that was one of Aline's original compositions.
That's right. Don't take it to heart. It's just a song, so take it easy.
And we have a new guest joining us for the rest of our show. We've got Jordana Foster with us of Ready, Set, Go Beyond.
Great to be here. Thank you so much.
What a great show.
Thank you so much. I'm loving it.
Are you loving it?
It's amazing.
I was telling Tracy was here with Healing Moments on the last hour on the show, and she said she really needs to connect with you because
She's wonderful. We're very aligned.
That's what
Just
she
like
said.
She says every time she sees you, it's at an event. She never gets to talk to you.
No, we really need to have that. I mean, we met through you
So if-
guys,
if
and
you-
it's just very.
If you go there, can you fill this for me?
I'm going to go. We're going to go after the show, and we're going to get
wait,
you
I
water.
need some water.
Yes.
I need the drum.
I know. We're talking about that. We really need a machine. So I'm doing an all call. Yes, we need a water service system here with healthy water, not just water. We need healthy water. We're going to get alkaline water is what we need.
And you know there's a reason it's brown, right? To keep the sunlight out.
And there's glass, yes.
The glass part I know. When you guys took me to
You
the
don't want the
supermarket.
plastic, exactly.
Well, you know, sometimes you got to do.
You gotta do
in
what you
Rome,
gotta
gotta be
do.
in Rome.
I know, you
Is
gotta
that
do-
it?
Why?
Now I can pour this in
Improvise.
here. Would it make a difference?
It's one of the next things we're looking for doing in the studio. Little by little, we're getting there, and that's our next big thing. We know more styrofoam. We're onto paper cups, branded paper cups, mind you, and water.
Is that a paper cup?
Yes. No more styrofoam.
I don't remember
job.
that.
It
But
has a
anyway,
75,000 a year half-life.
75,000. That's all. I thought it was like 150. One of the things that we also do here
We do a lot of things.
is that we have the artist here. We have artist Amy
Artist Amy.
in the house, who I think she brought other people.
Amy, that piece is amazing. Amy Rashevsky is in the house.
I bought a eggplant, a little Latin eggplant.
You know, eggplant is vegan.
That piece is called eggplant? The
You
big
don't-
one we
it's-
see from here?
No, you can't see it.
Oh, okay.
Eggplant.
How did you get that in here?
She walked through the door.
Broken body.
Well, now I understand why your body hurts. Amy, that piece is bigger than you.
Oh.
How big is that piece? It's beautiful.
Oh, I don't. Oh, the one that's hanging. Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's, is it, I think
No,
it's just resting
sitting
on the
there.
table.
Yeah, it's just sitting there.
Fernando,
I don't
what
know
are you
how big
doing
it
at 2:30 today? Hanging Amy's piece.
I brought 4 pieces.
Broken eggplant. Latin eggplant.
Yeah, Latin eggplant.
She brought a Latin eggplant in your name.
Yes, I did.
Oh my God, DJ.
It was very thoughtful.
DJ Eggplant.
We're gonna put some new paintings in the Fuego studio actually because it's about changing the energy. I was looking at the set yesterday because we had our first kids show record yesterday, and you have the patience of a grandfather. Is all I can tell you.
It's funny because everybody's running around, and I says, "You gotta sit down with the kids."
Because
How old
not
are those
only-
kids? 6 or 7?
10 and 8. The first show is called Kids in Capes, and they did an amazing job. It's going to air Monday night at 7:30 on WWNN. And not only did they do an incredible job, they interviewed another little 8-year-old. So you talk about putting everything all at once on their first show ever. The backdrop was spectacular. They did a craft, they did a gratitude journal, and they interviewed another girl who's giving back to a little boy who's sick and created a whole fundraiser.
Jonathan's Run or something? Jordan's Run?
But what an amazing, and you sat there and you did cut after take, which we never do. Anyone knows we go live and we go, mistakes and all. And you did the math. I mean, you were, only a grandfather would do what you did. So that was amazing.
I don't know about all of that, but I saw a lot of talent there. I saw a lot of stuff coming
Right?
forward.
They were great.
And it's funny because kids aren't, they're not adults and they are themselves. And what you want to capture is that youthfulness, is the mistakes.
And they were
it was kinda
incredible.
cool.
That's wonderful.
I wanted to do a whole piece on their outtakes because some of them were funny. They go, oh, I really like your hair. How does my hair look? And can I put a mic cover on here? Because I like the bling like you have in your set. But all those outtakes were so incredible. They knew every detail of what goes on here. They wanted it in there. Their backdrop is spectacular, the colors. So, yeah, I want to change the Fuego backdrop also. It kind of inspired me.
It's really cool because parents, the kids do things to impress their parents to get their attention and everything else. And during the week, there was a video that came out on the news, and it was a wrestler was wrestling in high school in a fight, wrestling. and the kid does an illegal move on this other kid. And so the ref stopped it, and he did the sign for illegal move. You lose points. And his father came out of the stands. His son is the one that they did the illegal move on, and he tackles the kid.
Oh.
That did the illegal move. I mean, my goodness gracious, he looked like a middle linebacker when he took this kid down, and everybody ran and to separate him and everything. They charged the father with assault.
That's brutal.
They charged the father with assault because what's happening is the illegal move. It was an illegal move, okay?
Okay.
But it's not enough to jump out of the stands and tackle the guy.
Wow. It's just crazy.
And it just goes to show
They
you.
do that in NFL every week, and these guys are grown-ups.
Yeah, but in the NFL, you get penalized, and then they take money out of your paycheck. So when you're making $1 million a game, you don't really think too much about $20,000.
But let me tell you, because I have 2 boys, and they played 4 sports since they're 5 years old, and now they're in college. And the intensity, I mean, I get intense and competitive too, but the parents, that's a whole thing. I even started to write about it years ago because it's a very important conversation that needs to take place because the kids are there to obviously compete and have fun, but
and what are they learning, right? What are we teaching our kids?
Exactly.
Because kids learn from our behaviors, and we talk about this all the time.
Right, we have to be the example.
Well, I just wonder what he's doing at home.
Right.
Well, you know what it is? It's funny. When I was coaching Little League, I'll never forget when I used to watch the stands, the way the parents behave. And it got so violent that Little League Baseball of America required parents to take a test of anger behavior. And they passed this new law where your team would get taken off the field and lose, forfeit, if your parents got out of hand. So I'll never forget this because I remember having to ask my parents to go through this anger management course because it was getting so out of hand. And if you look at what's going on today with the NFL, you got 300-pound men running, 4.4
with all their gear on too, going how fast? Yeah, exactly.
And then it's talking about changing helmets so that you don't get hurt. Helmets. You're going to have to tone it down and get bigger bodies because when they hit you, you're going to feel it.
That's true.
Yeah, but you see, and Freddie, that I coach soccer. I've been coaching soccer. I'm coaching
It's
my
another
grandson.
violent
He's
game.
7 years old. But before I was accepted as a coach, I had to take one Saturday morning classes on online about anger management, about bullying, and all that stuff. And you guys saw in the NFL a couple of things, then one player hit the other one with the helmet. So the kids are watching this on TV. So it begins there, but certainly what we need to do, parents, you say you are a mother of 2 children, but the behavior begins, as you say, somebody saying home. But when we enroll these children to any type of sports, our responsibility as a parents, as a coach, at any level that we are in, is just to educate them about the disciplines and the do's and don'ts of any type of sport.
And competition is. I believe in competition. I think that I think that that's health. But there's a healthy and there's an unhealthy competition, and it's also it's the coaches, like what you just said. That's huge. There are so many stories of coaches that were brutal. I mean, and it wasn't okay. So
now do you believe that every kid should get a trophy?
Get out of my head.
When they're younger, like really, really young, not.
What's really
I do
young?
not.
4, 10, 6,
maybe
7.
No, not 6 and 7. Maybe like 4 and 5 years old. I don't think that as they start to understand, I think everybody should feel like they're a part of it. But I think they understand that, and I don't like saying winners and losers, but obviously there is somebody who plays an except. I do not.
She doesn't.
You don't? Okay.
So
I do
listen
not.
to this, the kids in capes.
Yeah.
What they're doing is they wanted to give something to every guest they have on that they interview. And she says, not everyone should get a trophy.
Okay.
So what is she doing? Every child's going to get a cape.
See
because
that?
they are a superhero in their own right.
Absolutely.
And what they're doing in the community.
I kinda
But it's
like
not you get a trophy, you're the best. It's a cape. So
Can
all
we
those
do
capes
that?
are coming in.
Can we copy that?
I
Give
said to
everybody
her,
a
I
cape?
said, can I have a cape?
Oh, I love that.
And they're gold.
They threw you out of the set. Why?
Apparently intimidate one of the little girls. I hid behind the computer. See?
I saw that.
I know.
But
But
it's
see, participation, I love that.
Right?
Being a participant, you should get something, like acknowledged or...
So they're all getting a cake.
But I love that.
Isn't that great?
And then when somebody goes above and beyond or the team wins because they gave it the extra, then they should be rewarded for that.
Yeah,
but it doesn't mean they shouldn't get...
But you get to
Acknowledged.
you get to
or feel
play
good.
you get to play the season. You get to play the game. You get to compete. That is in itself the reward. I mean, I don't think I should give you a doggy biscuit because you showed up for
I
practice or you
want
showed
to
up for
ask
game.
Amy, because you have how many grandchildren now?
8.
Wow.
So it's a little different now, right?
Now,
than
do you
with
think
your kids?
every child should get a trophy?
No, I don't. The competition. I don't want to do that. You know, they're all achieving on their own. But I like the cape thing. That's all. My kids
I
are
do too.
superheroes as it is.
Right?
But that's great.
We should build a cape closet.
No, okay, no more. Now let me ask you: would you guys coach kids that don't belong to you? I know you're doing it with soccer, but my kids finished in the system, and I stayed coaching. And people were saying, "Why are you staying? Your kid's a guy." It's just because I'm a coach. I'm a coach first, and a parent second. Would you coach kids that don't belong to you? If would you volunteer to do it?
Absolutely, yes.
And I was, yes. And I always played sports. So when I would go to everything that I could, that was very important
Do
to
you
me. with
coach
the boys.
now?
I do, well, not sports.
Sports.
But I,
But she's
naturally
coach.
with athletes, just is the mindset is a very important thing. But there were a lot of kids who didn't have parents there to cheer them on. And so that was strange enough, that was my role. And I always, my kids always said, even as a young, when they were younger, how come you're cheering for Bobby? That's not your kid. And I said, because his parents aren't here and he needs to get what I'm giving you. And it felt so good. And they ended up getting the home run or they ended up getting on base or whatever it was because somebody was out there cheering for them and they didn't feel like they were in it alone. So I didn't want to. So while it wasn't an official coaching, I did feel like the voice was
You
so
know what's
that's
funny though, 'cause
important.
you still do that.
I know, but
You
that
were a
was
soccer mom, weren't you? Weren't you a coach or something? You told me once.
No, but you still do that.
I know.
You're still cheering people on your show every Tuesday night. Get ready, set, go beyond. You're always the cheerleader and always about reinventing and bringing businesses forward. One of the most amazing shows that we produce on WNN because you have sponsors.
Right.
And you continue to get new sponsors. And when people say how, I say you got to talk to Jordana Foster because you started here with us 2 years
Right.
ago. And you just said, I got this. I'm on my own. And you create your own show, and you go out in the community. Not only sponsors, you go to hotels. I mean, who gets a hotel as a sponsor?
I'm
But you
very
do.
grateful. I think energy and what you're offering, the value that you're providing, but I just feel that people connect with who they connect with and they know that I'm there not for what's in it for me, but I want to deliver, I want to get their story out there. That's like the most important thing. So cheerleading, but I don't like seeing people play small.
Do you have any fear?
Oh, sure. But everybody has fear, but I know how to compartmentalize
The hell you have fear
it.
about?
So ask her your question.
What's
your fear? Think about it. What do you fear? The word fear, or do you fear not
Because
succeeding?
I don't see you of having any fear. Not
I
with-
do. I think we all have fear.
I dragged you at that.
That was
festival.
very uncomfortable.
And I said,
think there's a difference between fear and being uncomfortable.
why was it uncomfortable? You did
I didn't know anybody, and I will
I didn't know
always
anybody
put
either.
myself in a situation where you put me in front
What
of
did you-
people that
at
he
that
made
event?
me interview people I've
No,
never
it's
met
Crane.
before. I just walked in there to.
I remember that.
Say, here's a
He's
mic.
like, here's a mic, go
interview
do
some-
that.
But you didn't say no.
I won't say no.
So what's the problem? I think your biggest fear is that you thought that I was trying to put you in a bad place to embarrass you, and that says go do it. And you got it done, and you did the interviews, and all of a sudden you made new friends.
And you have your
You
own show.
have
I
more
think-
friends than I had.
But I think what happens is for most of us, for me, I'll speak for me, I want to know all the details. You know that.
And I said the
you do too.
camera and the
I
mic.
want to know how it's going to go. I need to know, but the beauty is that if you just do it, then it all
works out.
right in
And
whatever way
everybody-
it works out. I mean, it's not always going to be perfect.
And
right?
So ask
everybody
me your
loved.
question that you've asked
about
everybody
me.
else.
And everybody loved what you did for them. Everybody felt comfortable with your delivery. It's the same things that I get to see every Tuesday night. It's your delivery
you.
because it isn't about just having the knowledge. You have to deliver. and you did a very nice job. Now I got the
Thank
question
you.
of the week.
Oh, goodness.
Are you the best at what you do? And this is a yes or no. Don't give me the Bible.
I
Yes or
think
no?
so.
No, it's a yes or no. Not I
Yes,
think so.
I am.
All right,
There you go.
There you go. And you'll be surprised how many people this week I've gotten into an argument with, because if you don't believe you're the best, then who the hell else is going to believe it?
But I think it can always be better.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah.
The glass isn't always
We're not
full.
ever. When we're done here on this earth. I think we all should strive to be better than who we were yesterday. So I think I'm the best at what I do, but I always want to improve, because not only for me, but whoever I'm with.
Well, we were talking about how we take fear and we pass the buck, and humility and all this other humbleness and every illity you can think of. Fear is fear. If you give into fear, it's going to stop you. It's like inflammation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You get inflammation, it's just like fear.
It's a block.
That's right. But when you push it out there, now this guy, I don't know if it's nervous energy or somebody removed some batteries on this guy. This guy is like high voltage.
High energy.
My goodness gracious. He is like in every aspect and going, and wants to go more.
Yes.
And it's better to have more than to have less. So when I saw you that day, I said, I need you to go and do some interviews. I didn't know you got upset. I really didn't care. I said, just go do it. But what am I doing? Ask him some questions. What questions? I'm sorry, what do you do? What's your name? And I gave you the business card.
You know, we've had a gig coming up next week, and I'm never nervous walking. I'm not nervous. I'm never unsure walking into a gig.
Right.
Because I know what I do. I know what we do.
Yeah, you're
I know
good
how
at
we do
it.
it.
Absolutely.
This event we have coming up next week is totally out of my comfort zone.
Why?
'Cause
It's
I know
people. NFL football players.
What is it? Tell us.
I know nothing about. I can't say nothing. To have a conversation with an
It's the
NFL,
NFL.
football player, to me, it's like, oh my God, this is the most incredible
It's going to
opportunity.
be more than one. There's a rumor.
Well, I'm trying to clean it up, but yeah, I know.
There's a rumor
I know. I
that
got a lot
the
of
quarterback
homework for
from
you.
the Baltimore Ravens is going to
I
be
know,
there.
I
He's
know,
a
I
young
know.
man.
Yes.
Awesome. This is going to
huh?
be fun.
How is that guy?
We can't let the cat out of the bag yet.
We're
We'll have
not
more
allowed to say yet,
confirmation
but
later.
What is the
It's the
event
quarterback.
that you're talking about? Do you get
Take
to
it
talk
easy.
about it?
But as an event goes, this
No, because
one
she's
has
saying that
me-
she's nervous about it. But I tell Dawn, don't worry, I got your back. I'm not gonna have you analyze an NFL player because I know you don't follow the game. But I can say, how do you feel, women in the NFL? There's more women now than ever watching the
Right.
games. Maybe
Right.
they like to see the guys in the pants or whatever the deal is.
I bet on it every week.
There you go. And what's happening is that the tide has changed. It's not just a man's sport anymore. And they're going to want to know what you think because they want to reach more women.
And there's also more female broadcasters in the NFL, which is huge. They understand it. They do the play-by-plays. They're
right.
there. They're not just interviewing them, but so that's exciting too because it's a different perspective for the female audience, but also for the male audience to see a different.
And you don't have to worry about the fear. Now, I want to congratulate the New York Yankees. I can't stand them, but I have to congratulate them because they have hired the first female coach.
Oh,
Nice.
Amazing.
First female coach, and I saw the commercial, and I see the way she does what she does. And she's very analytical, and she uses computers, and she uses tape and video, and yada yada. And there is a whole science to this that I used to do when I used to coach back in the day. And Nolan Ryan created it, and it talks about how the body reacts to a baseball. Keep it simple. So this lady now has been hired by the Yankees as a instructor, as a coach, and on the staff, a female, first one in the game. They also have in the NFL, you saw in the playoffs, they have female referees.
Yes.
So it ain't no more a man's game. It ain't no more a woman's game. It's just a game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I used to go up against female coaches when I was coaching. And I'm going to tell you something about female coaches. They taught me something in the game.
I know.
A female analyzes everything that's going on before the game starts. And if you're coaching, I'm going to give you a tip. Watch the other team warm up. Watch the other team practice. You will find cracks in the armor in right field, third base. Watch. And a woman taught me this. She says, watch. This kid doesn't go good to his left. He doesn't go good to his right. I use that information. Freddie will tell you to win his only trophy, his only championship. I bunted towards a weakness that I saw when the kid was practicing at third base. And that is the truth of it. And that's how I won that game. Not because I was smarter, but because she taught me to observe.
That's
And
a
that's what
great.
this game
that's
is
a
about.
great lesson.
I like that.
And so this game, and I learned that from a woman.
But
in
that's
the
what,
sport.
isn't that what life's about, is
Right.
observing?
It is.
Listen, if you
And
think
listening.
if you think you know it all, you know why? Go back to school because you don't. You can learn so much about people and about what they
You
do.
watch.
I've learned a lot from you just by watching you watch other people, the way you do it, the delivery, everything around you here. This is your fingerprint.
I watch a lot.
I just get to play along sometimes.
Sometimes I let you play along. Good. I
Sometimes-
watch a lot.
There's a lot of women that come through this set.
Yeah.
Women empowerment is the new thing. 4 years ago, I got a call from California. A gentleman wanted to do video and work. Do you have any women empowerment stuff? That's when I met you. And I say, you know something? Give me a couple of years and I'll let you know. Because the game has changed.
And now we've got Hispanic women, we've got the United Latinas. Women are leveling up. But
Moving it up.
I do a
So
lot
don't be
by
nervous for
watching
Wednesday.
and listening.
Yeah.
And actually, we had that meeting here, 2 weeks ago, and he sits right there and he says to me, "You don't say much, but I got your point." I don't know what point that was, but
Well, sometimes you
sometimes you don't need to
sometimes
say
you
a
don't
whole
need
lot,
to.
right?
Silence
you can
is
say
deafening.
you
as
can
they
say you can say a whole lot with just a little bit.
And we have, listen, we have a lot of fun with what we do. We do learn and we do make mistakes, and we have to correct the mistakes as we go along. And this is a giant incubator. And sometimes you get elements that come along, like DJ Ortiz, and I have a lot of fun with him. But he's old school, and I understand where he comes from. It's just trying to make that work with what I'm trying to work to get it to the next level. I believe in the health reasons that you do. I am a firm believer. The vegan thing, I feel better about where I'm
Absolutely.
going. I applaud it. And anybody who wants to challenge me, come on, my door's always open. I
Not
got
a
no
challenge,
problem.
it's about sharing the information.
No, I've been challenged. I've
It's
been
awareness. And
People
that's
have challenged
wonderful.
me. And people have challenged me.
Why would they challenge you?
Because they say that's impossible, that doesn't exist, and yada yada. But that's okay. I got two people that I need you to meet.
Sure.
And it's because of these
And
challenges.
You're not the only one that's had this result.
Agreed. Like, I remember when you first told me that, I didn't quite understand it. It's like the art world, Amy. Everybody, sometimes people don't get the art. Sometimes they want to hear the story behind the art. I would, if I was an artist and I can't draw stick figures, I would put the story on the back of the canvas. Just saying, that's what I would do. And then the lady
The
with the braille.
inspiration. Well, that's how she started with shorthand, and her art was all done in shorthand. But she knew what it said.
Right.
So she started putting in a translation of what it said, and then we met with her again. And Freddie says, "Can you add braille?" So now she added braille. Her career, she is
Zoom.
at Art Basel. She has exploded.
Everywhere.
She has sculpture. She is in the past 2 years. I met her at
True
the
that.
Delray Art Festival a couple
Wow.
years ago. She had a little booth, not anymore.
Oh, she's big
on
time
the
now.
cover of Parkland Magazine. She's
That's
on the cover of Boca Magazine. She's and she's local, so
Fabulous.
amazing.
Just a simple adjustment and delivery. If you have delivery, you can make anything work. Even when it's darkest, you just got to keep your eye on
We
the
should
prize.
call her, bring her some of her art pieces
Oh,
as
it's
well. Now we've got
fantastic.
room.
Now we
One
got
of her
room for it.
favorite pieces was "Note to My Younger Self,"
Oh, sweet.
and we never had space to put it, but now
No, we
maybe
don't.
now
Now
maybe
you
we
do.
can make a piece,
lot of good
right?
stuff. Lot of good stuff. Yeah,
Jordana, how do people find you and reach you for your coaching?
Oh, so
Non-athletic.
Non-athletic. Ready, Set, Go Beyond at gmail.com, or you can like and message me on Facebook at Ready, Set, Go Beyond, or my website is johnmaxwellgroup.com/Jordana Foster.
And Amy?
Thank you.
AmyRashevsky.com, or It's All About the Art on Facebook. And Amy Rashevsky. Well, I did say Amy Rashevsky at gmail.com also.
Artist Amy.
Artist Amy,
Amy.
that's me.
We're gonna
But
have
I got
shirts
to
made
just
up in your
add one
name.
more thing. I mean, there's so much I learned from the show. I tune in like a lot, but I'm learning something every day, which is totally amazing for me. I meet great people on here, and I'm glad I show up.
I'm glad you showed up, too, 'cause we've known you for a long time. We were at opposite ends of our building before, but I'm glad you're here because it's always a learning experience.
Yep, definitely.
And Jeanette, for people who want to go see what you do, learn more?
ExploreWellness.world is my website. My phone number is 310-999-3433, even though I'm based in South Florida.
And Jeanette is sponsored to the Brooklyn Cafe now, so if you don't find it, whatever, and you need more information, you can come down here and we'll direct you there to get things done as well. And I'm just going to plead to my diabetic counterparts, because they text me and send me all sorts of stuff. If you have diabetes, come on down and have a conversation. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to tell you to do anything, but come on down, because it changed my life and it may change yours.
And again, special thank you to Aline Leave and to Debbie Appleseed for singing. You saw them on the past 2 hours. And happy Saturday to you.
Happy Saturday night.
Have a great Saturday night, everyone. Be safe. No drinking and driving. Be kind to each other. And we will see you back on Monday,
And
12
don't-
o'clock.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
That's about it for today. Even though the show is over, to join the fun every day. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more goodwill next time. You can follow the cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.